Go.
Hello and welcome back to Enactus DMU Talks with me, Kush. It's a short series talking to current students that have participated in Enactus this past academic year and seeing what they've been up to, what they've gained out of it and the benefits and the impact that Enactus has on their future careers and themselves as people. Today we have Shazmin with us. So tell us a little bit about you, who you are, what you study and what roles you had in Enactus.
So I'm Shazmin and I'm 20 years old.
Okay.
I've just completed my second year of marketing at University.
Amazing.
And I'm the marketing lead at Enactus DMU.
Amazing. And you're also part of Envirogreen.
Envirogreen, yes.
Yeah, so tell us, how did you hear about Enactus DMU?
So, in my first year of studies, I had this module called Academic Development, and they were advertising different societies. They were encouraging the students to join a society, and that's when I first heard about Enactus.
Okay.
And then in my second year of studies, in the first couple of weeks, I wanted to join a society, so then I looked through DSU. They were showing all the different opportunities, and that's where I saw Enactus, and that's where I joined.
Okay, so when you was looking through the DSU side, so that's where all the societies will be, all the extracurricular stuff on the DSU side. There's also volunteering and additional projects as well. But with Enactus, what got your attention? What was it about Enactus? Because I feel like Enactus is not obvious about what it's about when you hear Enactus.
Yeah.
So what was it that got your attention?
So when I was reading into it, I saw that it was more about project building and over time, something that you can do to improve your skills.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I wanted, because I'm quite an academic person. I'm not really a physical person.
Yeah.
So I thought, if I want to do something that will help me improve my collaboration skills and cooperation with other people, and I thought this would be the perfect society for me.
Yeah, it sounds like you really know yourself, and I think that's pretty cool, especially because you're only 20 years old. That's amazing. But so in this sense, do you know where you want your career to go, or do you have an idea, or you kind of just going with the flow?
At the moment, because obviously I'm in my second year of studies, and the lecturers are pushing us to think about what we want to do in our careers and stuff.
Really good.
And I guess I'll just go down the route that I'm doing right now, which is marketing.
Okay.
And then I'll just see what I do from there.
Yeah, because I feel like marketing is quite broad. Though,
it is,
yeah. So do you have because I only recently realised that there's creative marketing and analytical marketing as well, isn't there? Yeah. You've got all the data sides. So do you have a preference, or are you just exploring?
I think what I like most about marketing is the branding side. Okay. And I think that goes under the creative side. Yeah. And I think that's my best module as well. So that's where I would pursue basically.
Yeah. Okay. And what did you get up to so you said you were the marketing lead and things like that. So how do you think being a marketing lead, and tell us a bit more about what you did in a marketing lead and how that relates to obviously your degree. What did you do? Yeah.
So as the marketing lead, I did a lot of digital work, social media work.
Yeah.
And I've done social media modules in the past as well.
Okay.
And so I basically was able to apply the principles I learned from marketing, from the digital side of marketing from my module. Yeah. And then one of the things I also did was lead a team of digital marketers, and I have led projects before my other modules in first year, second year, so I guess I just applied the same sort of skill sets that I gained from that.
That's amazing. So you were able to kind of really link theory into practice, right? Yes. And that gave you the opportunity to do that. Yeah. So what kind of skills, do you think you gained any additional skills, or were you able to just practice practical skills?
I think I was able to put to practice the skills that I learned, because it's one thing to learn theory and then it's one thing to put it into practice.
It's completely different, isn't it? Yeah. But do you not find putting it into practice, it really ingrains it into your mind?
Yes.
When you're doing it?
Yeah, it does, because you put it into the environment that you've just thought about and wrote about in university and stuff. Yeah. And once you actually do it, you start to actually enhance your own skills. Wow. And I think that's what's the really important part about Enactus.
So do you feel more confident in terms of your marketing and being able to be a marketing individual?
Definitely, because I've actually started to put to practice, and I didn't have this opportunity before. Yeah. And once you get the opportunity, you can actually start using your skills right. Yeah. So I think this has really helped Definitely.
Okay. And in terms of like, did you find yourself going back to your modules and be like, let me look at this and let me apply it, or not really? Did it just come to your mind?
I think it just came to me, and at the same time I was studying like a direct digital marketing module at the same time.
Oh,
so
wow, good time.
and, and the thing is, like, the things that we learned was quite straightforward.
Okay.
For example, making a content table, or creating posts on Canva, things like that. And I was just like, I didn't have to go back because like I knew how to do it. It's just what I needed to do and the right things I had to add to it to like brand it to social media.
Okay, amazing. Have you been able to take this anywhere? So in terms of like your future career, so the reason I brought Shazmin here is because she managed to get an internship. So tell us a bit more about that. How did you get that? Did Enactus help you get that? So tell us a bit more about the internship itself and the journey of getting there.
So on Blackboard, I first saw these module postings where, on my module postings, I saw this thing where it was advertising like 50 different internship opportunities in Leicester. And then like about 5 of them were opportunities at Leicester City Council, the town hall. And one of the opportunities was City Mayor's project intern, where he wants somebody to help market his project initiative. And his project initiative is about all these different projects that he has put together in Leicester, where people in the community come together and they try to work together to achieve a common goal. For example, building some sort of water bridge, or planting trees in a park.
Oh, so they're really like social impact, purposeful, a bit like Enactus, right?
Exactly. So I thought I'm very familiar with this because I do this with Enactus.
Yeah.
And I thought I want to apply for this, and this is the one that I want to get.
Yeah.
So then I applied for it. I talked about Enactus in my letter.
Yeah.
And I spoke about it in my interview.
Yeah.
And they wanted me to create like a slideshow of all the things that. Of the marketing plan that I would put together if I were to get the role. And I mentioned in Enactus, I mentioned that a collaboration would be really beneficial.
Yeah.
And I also mentioned that students, for example, students of Enactus would be like one of the target audiences that we would look into.
Wow.
And so they were really like pleased with that, because I didn't just mention like communities. I mean, it was like specific with it. For example, university students.
You gave examples. Oh wow.
Yeah. And then they were pretty happy with that. And then after that, after I did the interview, they told me that I got this role, and I think they were pretty happy because they know that I was the marketing lead at Enactus. I did the social media, and this is the kind of thing they want me to do at the internship. So I think that really helped me.
Wow. Okay. So it wasn't just a voluntary role in a student society. It actually counted for experience, and it actually landed your role.
Yes, definitely.
And to be able to work with the Leicester City Council, that's going to look really good on your CV, isn't it? And you don't know what that's going to lead to during or at the end of your internship, right?
Yeah,
like that's so exciting.
It is,
so what would you say to like students that are, because I remember when we were talking, like you were a bit hesitant about taking a lead role. So what would you say? And then you took it, and it definitely paid off, right? So what about that? What about students that are hesitant or worried about, workload, managing workload? What would you say in that sense? How did you come to a conclusion or to take the opportunity? Like, what was your decision making there?
I think the key thing here was organisation.
Okay.
So then if I scheduled all the things that I need to do in terms of university work, if I did that first and then put time aside to do my Enactus work, and it doesn't even take that long. It's just something that if you're passionate about it, it doesn't really take long. It's like nothing that's time consuming or anything.
It doesn't feel like work either,
it doesn't.
It
doesn't feel like work. It's just something you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And if you organise yourself properly, you will find the time to fit Enactus into your life.
Yeah.
And roles like marketing lead or HR lead, these are really like important roles that you can put on your CV.
Yeah.
And if you're hesitant about taking up a role, I would say just go for it, because you don't want any regrets.
Yeah.
And
you don't know where it's going to take you.
You don't know where it's going to take you, and you will enjoy it because it's something that will build your skills and look really good in your CV.
So what skills would you say that maybe you had but has enhanced, or that you didn't really were confident in but now are confident in? Is there anything that comes to mind?
I think one thing that comes to mind is leadership.
Leadership, okay.
Yeah, because that's like one of that's like a rare skill that many employees look for.
Yeah.
And there's one thing leading like a group in a classroom or in a seminar, and then it's one thing actually putting it to practice and you working together to achieve a common goal. So leadership would be like a really key skill that you could gain from taking up a lead, for example.
Yeah, and how did you find it? Were you nervous at first, or
well, because I've leaded projects before in uni, I think I'll be okay with this. And I went fine. My team are really good. Like, they're really good at what they do.
Marketing team is really good, isn't it?
They're pretty good at what they do, and I was really happy with what they produce, and we worked together efficiently, and everything went well. So I was really happy.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Okay. And what about like communication? What about marketing? Did you learn anything new in marketing, or did you have to teach anybody, or was it pretty much the team was like already aware of something?
I think I would say we were all quite aware with where we were going with our work. And like one of the key things we think really ingrained was branding, and that making sure that everything was like thematically linked to Enactus DMU.
Yeah, everyone's on the same page.
Everyone's on the same
colours,
page,
fonts, and
all
what you're visualising, right? And sounds like to me here is that you had a really good team, so teamwork was a really key thing here, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and like splitting the tasks and stuff. So you don't always have to do stuff on your own, right? You can have and build a team, right?
Yeah.
And what about like flexibility? Like, how would you find Enactus in terms of like, so when we was talking to like Kamal in the other session, like she was saying that it was really flexible. So do you find like doing something like this, although it's not paid, it's voluntary, but there are other benefits, aren't there?
Yeah. It is really flexible because you can work together to look at your free times and then teamwork in those times. And the work that you set yourself, you can do that in your own time. And it's something that you enjoy, so you don't really notice that like time's just passed. And like the important thing is cooperating with them and working to like think to achieve like a slot in your week in your schedule that's free. And I think that's really important.
Yes, it's about being proactive, right?
It is, to be honest.
So did you still manage like to have a social life and things like that, and other things that are important to you?
Well, actually, I'd say like it enhances your social life because you're going out and you're meeting more people. Like going to your projects and meeting them in person, because like obviously with our allotment in Project Envirogreen, we would have to come together and like plant our seeds together. So it's like it's really fun. It's really like therapeutic in a way.
Envirogreen,
definitely. They were saying so too.
So how would you say your experience in Envirogreen? Like, what brought you to Envirogreen? What attracted to you?
Well, I'm just a person that likes plants. And flowers and stuff. So I thought this would be perfect because I am familiar with it, and it turned out to be the perfect project for me. I really enjoy it, and like I'm still gonna go to it to the voluntary planting sessions that they will do.
That's amazing. So like I guess so marketing lead was more like for you professionally, right?
Yes.
And then Envirogreen was fun.
It
Sounds
was,
like something that just resonates with you, right?
It is.
That's amazing, because then it still benefited you in terms of having something to put on your CV, something employable, doing something good for the planet, the university campus, and where it's going as well. But you got fun out of it, right?
It was, I would say it is. Because you do make new friends. Because you're put into a group of people you've never met before, and you will work together over the next couple of weeks, for the next couple of months, and you come together because you're achieving something together, and it's like, it is fun in that sense.
That's really sweet.
It is,
I never thought about it that way. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so what advice would you give to somebody that wants to join Enactus or is a bit hesitant about how to move forward in their career? Let's say we've got a fresh student here at university. What advice would you give them overall in terms of their career, joining societies, about Enactus, anything? Like, what would you say?
Well, I guess in your career to move forward, you're going to need an opportunity, and I guess the first opportunity starts with like societies like Enactus, and from there you can start gaining the skills that you need to apply in a professional workplace. For example, working with others or working to a time schedule, being flexible, things like that. And if you're hesitant to join, look at the projects that Enactus currently have, look at the things that you may be interested in, and then try it. Maybe do it for like a couple of weeks. If you don't like it, I guess you can just...
You can, of course. And it's like, if you know what you want, come and speak to us or anybody, even like a different society or your lecturer or whatever, they'll know more, right? And even if you don't know what you want, that's all the more reason to try different things,
Definitely,
right?
Like there's so many people you can speak to, the vice president, you, or even the project leaders, and you can just think about what you like most. And it will be interesting because I guess you can pick what you want to do in the project, or even start your own project if you want to.
Yes.
Start your own project if you want to, in your own interest. And it will be something that will help your skills. Everybody has gained skills in this. And it's a very big thing to take forward in your career. So that's really important.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming. Good luck in your internship.
Yes, thank you.
Keep us updated about what happens in the end.
Yeah, I will.
So thank you for coming. Bye, guys.
Bye.